It's a call to order to the Wyoming City Council meeting of, is this working? Well, I'm going to assume it's working. I'll just yell. This is a City Council meeting of Monday, July 20, 2026. Our invocation tonight will be given by Barry Petrucci from Wyoming Park United Methodist Church. If you wish and are able, please stand for the invocation. The Pledge of Allegiance will follow.
Let's pray. Ever creative, ever abiding God, in this room, the leaders of the city of Wyoming gather to publicly guide and fulfill the seemingly simple three-word mission designed to bind us together in purpose: community, safety, stewardship. Easy words against which we feel the pressure of culture and public opinion and collective apathy. And so my meager prayer this evening simply calls on your divine wisdom, your righteousness, and your power to continue to do good work in the minds and hearts of these leaders, to stay the course, to be creative in our collective community leadership as the purpose of the common good here unfolds. All of this we offer in the name of the God we know by many names, saying amen and amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're used to turning about a 90-degree turn to our flag. This is all the way behind us. So. Well, great. Thank you, Pastor, for coming tonight. Let's do the roll call.
Councilmember Arnoyes.
Here.
Breathauer.
Here.
DeKreiger.
Here.
Hill. Here. Postma.
Here.
Hostler.
Here.
Mayor.
Here. Approval of agenda. Can I get a motion, please? Motion by Postma, support by Postler. Postma, Postler.
Thank you.
Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postma.
Yes.
Hostler.
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
DeKreiger.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Public hearings. None. What? Oh, we do need to approve the minutes. You were sent the minutes in July 6, 2026 regular meeting. Those will stand approved unless there's reasons to change those or edit those tonight. Any council objections? Good, those will stand approved. We approved the agenda, and now we'll do public hearings. If you wish to speak to an item during the public hearing, you are welcome to do so, and we don't have any of those. Public comment on agenda items.
We do. We have a public hearing.
Okay, if you wish to speak to the public hearing tonight after Kelly reads it, you may come up and speak. We'll give it 3 minutes limit per person. Thank you.
The 701 public hearing is to correct Special Assessment Roll 26-825 related to the cost for the Kent Industrial Center median irrigation system and maintenance costs.
Okay, anyone like to address that? Anybody address that? Okay, this public hearing's closed. Public comment on agenda items. This public comment period is reserved for comment on agenda items only. If you wish to speak about an item that is not on the agenda, please hold your comments until the acknowledgement of visitors at the end of the meeting. It is important to note that this is not an opportunity for dialogue or debate. This is an opportunity to provide comment to the City Council. Upon approaching the podium, please begin by providing your name and address. There's a 3-minute limit per person. Anyone on agenda item tonight? Okay, I'm going to make an exception tonight, and I'm going to invite a special guest that I invited because she is limited in her time as far as staying until the public comment at the end of the meeting. And I'd like to introduce Terry DeBoer.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the great invitation to come before you. My name is Terry DeBoer. I probably am a very familiar face to all of you, as for more than 30 years I lived with weather for West Michigan, and now I have been asked to see Michigan's 3rd congressional district, running to represent Michigan's 3rd congressional district, which includes the city of Wyoming. And I'm so excited and delighted to be before you this evening, because I want to first of all commend all of you for your willingness to step forward in public service. It is an important mission, and in my infancy in the world of politics, I understand one thing. The most important thing anyone can do is to step forward to serve their community and to serve their country.
That's what all of you have known for a very long time, and that's what I am just learning. I grew up in a military family. I always had a heart of service and watched the sacrifice my parents made as my dad was deployed all over the world, including Vietnam during a time of combat when I was just in kindergarten. And I was too young to understand what that meant, but now looking back, I really understand the service and sacrifice. I believe that the most important thing that we can do for this country is leave it in at least as good as shape as we found it, and or better shape. And quite frankly, I'm very concerned about the path that some want to take our country. We are nearly $40 trillion in debt. We pay $1 trillion a year in interest on the debt. To most people, those numbers make them glaze right over, but as all of you manage municipal budgets, you understand that those are true dollars, and those represent true sacrifices that our kids and our grandkids will have to make in the future. And so for me, as someone who believes that a balanced budget is essential, because we can no longer kick the can down the road to future generations to solve the problems that have already been created in terms of our economy. We need to make sure that we're keeping federal spending under control, and in order to keep inflation in check, we need to make sure that our federal budget does continue to have responsible spending. And we need to, quite frankly, rein in the reckless spending. Continuing to rein in the waste, fraud, and abuse that all of you are so good at doing on the local level that needs to be done in Washington, D.C. We need to make sure we're keeping our communities safe, and we also need to make sure that we're ensuring that every American has the same opportunities that we did. I've got 5 grandkids and 1 that could be born any day now, and so that will bring my grand total up to 6 so far. I believe in the future of America, and I'm stepping forward to serve. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here this evening. And if anybody is interested in connecting with me for more information, you can check out my website, terrydebord.com. Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone else on public comment tonight? Okay, let's move to presentations and proclamations. We have one. We do. So this proclamation tonight is designation of July as Parks and Recreation Month. Whereas Parks and Recreation is an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the city of Wyoming, and whereas Parks and Recreation promises health and wellness, improving the physical and mental health of people who live near parks, and whereas Parks and Recreation programming, educational activities, and youth sports are critical to childhood development, and whereas Parks and Recreation is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, and whereas our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors, and whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and the City of Wyoming recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources. Now therefore, I, Kent Vanderwood, Mayor of the City of Wyoming, Michigan, do hereby recognize July 2026 as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Wyoming, and offer sincere appreciation for the commitment and opportunities it provides to our community. I'd like to have Lynn come up. As you know, Lynn is our acting Parks and Recreation Director, and I'm going to present this to her. And give her a phone. Good? Good to go. All right. Let's go with no petitions or communications, no reports from city officers. Budget amendments, we'll take A and B together tonight. Madam Clerk?
Budget amendment number 1 is to appropriate an additional $212,176 of budgetary authority for the purchase of playground equipment and to recognize the associated grant revenue. And budget amendment number 2 is to appropriate an additional $76,250 of budgetary authority for the Jackson Park Playground equipment.
Can I get a motion, please? Motion by Krieger, support by Arnoyes.
So technically, council approved this at the last meeting.
Yes, we did.
And in the staff report said we included the budget amendment in the packet, and I inadvertently forgot to include that actual budget amendment in the packet. So just to be transparent, we're putting the actual budget amendment that you approved at the last
Okay,
meeting
that's good.
in front of you, recognizing the grant revenue we received for the playground equipment at Batchus and Jackson Parks.
It's good to know that even our city staff and city manager can be moved.
Yeah, that's on me,
You've
so.
got a lot going on in your life as well. So we just, we will vote on this at this point. Call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger? Yes. Arnoyes?
Yes.
Breathauer?
Yes.
Hill? Yes. Postma?
Yes.
Hostler?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Consent agenda. Can I get a motion? Motion by DeKreiger, support by Hostler. Call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger?
Yes.
Hostler?
Yes.
Arnoyes?
Yes.
Breathauer?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Postma?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Resolution B, please.
Resolution B is to confirm a correction to Special Assessment Roll 26-825 related to the cost for the Kent Industrial Center median irrigation system and maintenance costs.
Motion, please. Motion by DeKreiger, support by Hill.
So we discussed this at the last meeting, when the council originally approved this special assessment, I believe back in May. We had indicated we would calculate the special assessment based on the proximity of those individual parcels to the median. They were inadvertently, when we first put the special assessment roll together, they were calculated based on parcel size. So we're just re-correcting that before we send out the tax bill for that.
We do have a business representative in that district here. Do you want to say anything before we vote?
What it sounds like to me is, my tax for that is gonna go down.
Okay.
Since I'm not-
You don't have to record it because he didn't come up and give us his name, but I know he's in the district. So. Let's call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Arnoyes?
Yes.
Breathauer?
Yes.
Postma?
Yes.
Hostler?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Award of bids, contracts, purchases, renewal of bids and contracts. C, please.
Resolution C is to authorize the city manager to enter into an agreement with Greater Level LLC for special event and police services for the 2026 Metro Cruise event.
Finally, Kyle Breathauer makes a motion, and Mr. Arnoyes seconds it. We've been working and dealing with this for quite a while now. We can put it to rest tonight, hopefully. Any questions yet before we vote?
So we do have a signed contract, just to confirm.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Excellent.
thank you, Mercy. Yes, we do have a signed contract. Good, vital piece of information to know before we vote, isn't it? Okay, seeing none, let's call the roll.
Councilmember Breathauer?
Yes.
Arnoyes?
Yes.
DeKreiger?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Postma?
Yes.
Hostler?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Letter D, please.
Resolution D is to authorize the city manager and city clerk to execute an amendment to the street lighting contract with Consumers Energy Company.
Motion by Arnoyes, support by Postma. By Postma. Support by Postma.
The other Rob.
What?
I just said the other Rob.
The other Rob.
Right.
Okay. Rob won.
You made the motion.
No, I did
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, it's Postman Postma.
Thank you.
I think the sun got to me today.
Okay. Good to know.
Anything on it?
I think council saw this maybe a month ago, and we'll probably see more of these, but this is just Consumers Energy is in the process as those streetlights that are suspended in the middle of an intersection by two wires, as they replace those with LED lights, they're replacing them with sort of a standard Cobra head streetlight pole. And so they're gonna replace two of these, again, at no cost to the city. And so anytime they replace a streetlight, or the type of streetlight, they have to amend the contract between Consumers Energy and the city to do that.
Any questions? Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postma,
Yes.
Postler,
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
DeKreiger.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's do E, please.
Resolution E is to approve a second amendment to the 2013 Verizon lease agreement at the Gazan Elevated Water Storage Tank site and authorize the mayor and city manager to execute the amendment.
Motion, please. Motion by DeKreiger, support by Breathauer.
So this, we entered into an agreement with Verizon back in 2013, a 15-year agreement where they could put their antennas and other related equipment on our Gazan water tower. So we're about 2 years away from that agreement expiring, and so they've reached out to renew that agreement. When we started the agreement in 2013, we were receiving about roughly $25,000 a year in revenue from Verizon in exchange for putting their equipment on our tower. We amended the agreement in 2022. They added some antennas and equipment, and in that amendment, our revenue went up to about $40,000 a year from Verizon. And now, with this agreement, they're looking to renew that 15-year agreement beginning in 2028. And it'd be a 5-year agreement with 4 5-year renewals. And our revenue to start for that in 2028 would be $49,000. So again, another increase, and there's a 4% annual increase in revenue we would get each year.
So anybody have a problem with those things on top of our water tanks for $49,000 a year?
No, go.
Councilmember DeKreiger.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Postma.
Yes.
Postler.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. F, please.
Resolution F is for award of bid of a bridge deck epoxy overlay at 54th Street and Clay Avenue over Buck Creek.
Motion by Postma, support by Postler.
So we hired an engineering firm to inspect our bridges. Most of our bridges, if not all, are inspected once every 2 years. And for these 2 bridges, one's on, both of them are over Buck Creek. One's on 54th Street, one's on Clay Avenue. The inspection revealed that we have to do some preventive maintenance to hopefully avoid or postpone for a long time more extensive repairs. But basically, an epoxy overlay, sealing some of the surface cracks, replacing the expansion joints, and some minor concrete repairs. The low bid was about $334,000 to do this work for both bridges.
Okay.
Do
Question?
we have any other epoxy bridge on any of our other bridges?
I know we, and Aaron can probably answer that. I mean, I know we do preventive maintenance on our bridges.
I think it's a kind of a unique idea. Is it gonna be kind
Yeah,
of
we don't. This is
slippery
the
in the
first.
snow?
No, actually, one of the reasons for doing this is the opposite. So
Really?
yeah, one of the recommendations that the engineering firm found was that the surface was too slippery. So they put like an aggregate mix in, so it actually makes it have better traction.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So this will last a while. This will last us a while.
Yeah, this will get us a good another 10 years. Correct.
We're trying to put off, if we do nothing and let the bridge degrade to the point where you have to do significant repairs to it, that's a heck of a lot more
Yeah.
expensive.
If you remember the 44th Street Bridge over Buck Creek, that's
Yes.
$1 million. So it's
That was how much?
$1 million.
Yeah, I thought so.
I was gonna say, the bridge over Clyde Park over Buck Creek by 52nd Street probably could use that too, so.
Yeah, like John said, we get them inspected every 2 years, and based on the engineer's recommendations, we put it into our asset plan and do the work.
Because that bridge was just redone not too long ago, wasn't it? Because it
I
was,
don't.
it was widened.
Oh, it was that one, yeah, that's the one we're talking about, yeah, yeah. So this makes sense, it's very similar to when we do like pavement maintenance. You try to do your work within the first 3 to 5 years, because that really staves off the latter end of the more expensive preventative maintenance work.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
So, Aaron, if you're referring to having to redo it, be $1 million, what's the expectancy if you redo it from at that level versus the 10-year epoxy?
So this should buy us another 10 years.
Yep.
You know, a bridge should last 50 to 75 years. So if we do this, we'll keep extending it, you know, on those increments.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any more questions? No? Call the roll.
Councilmember Postma,
Yes.
Postler,
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Brethauer.
Yes.
DeKreiger.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. We have no ordinances tonight. No informational material to distribute at all. Acknowledgement of visitors. This public comment period is an opportunity to share concerns or present topics to the city council that were not part of this meeting's agenda. This is not an opportunity for dialogue with council. The council may make referrals or request staff to follow up. Please provide your name and address when approaching the podium. There's a 3-minute limit per person. Anyone tonight? Anyone tonight? Any topic? Let's go around the council, starting with Mr. Postma. Anything tonight?
Just a thank you to WKTV and staff for setting up on the road. I know it's a lot of work to get us out there, but it's a nice change of pace to do this once in a while, so that's all.
I enjoy it. It's a lot of work, thank you. Kyle?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Sorry
Councilman
to
Postler?
disappoint, I
Nothing.
got nothing.
Mr. Arnoyes?
Just wanted to, well, in lieu of our CALIA process, I think as we look at recertifying that certification, I was given some information from one of my neighbors, just great reports about our police, 2 instances, 2 interactions, and our police department just deserve to get kudos for that. Very prompt responsiveness, but also the way that they were interacting with the people that were involved were just, it was really great to hear. So just want to let that be known, and I have more details I could share with you, Kev, later on, but thank you.
We love to hear those stories, don't we?
Yeah.
Mr. DeKreiger?
I'm just going to reiterate what Mr. Postum already said. I just want to thank staff, especially Connor. I know that you had a lot of work into making this meeting happen tonight, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Our Parks and Rec Department, park looks great. It's great to spend a little time in the park because, frankly, I work too much and don't get to spend time in parks. So I get a half an hour in the park tonight. That's fantastic. So nice job. It looks fantastic. And then WKTV, I know that they just put a ton of work into this, and just thank you for coming out and supporting us as a city. Kind of keeps us on the map, makes our meetings. We can find them. Anybody can find them. It's all public record. It's real simple to go to WKTV's website. So just love their support. Thanks for being in Wyoming.
Renee?
Yeah, I would like to, again, and I missed last meeting, but also bringing up an ordinance to change so we can name our break room after Marge, to honor her while she's still alive, because she is Miss Wyoming, and she's so generous. I want to name the break room after her, so I want our attorney to work on that, please. And I love our police officers. I wave to them all the time, but I almost pulled out in front of one yesterday. I didn't recognize it was them. They were really speeding, and then I realized, whoops, I don't have time to get out in front of them. But there was no lights and no sirens, so just wanted to make sure if they're going above the speed limit, they probably should have lights and sirens on. So unless they don't need to do that, but I know that was always the rules in the past. But I almost caused an accident, so by pulling out. So I just wanted to bring that up as well. And I also want to just make sure we celebrated our 250th, and I want to make sure we continue to be a constitutional republic, the land of the free, the brave. Our founding fathers established this great republic on biblical principles of Judeo-Christian values, and I want to keep it that way for my grandchildren as well. And if anybody wants to change it to anything else, I ask them to go live in another country, go travel, go live there, and see how it runs. If you want our country to be other than a constitutional republic, go live there for months and years, and then you can come back and let us know how it goes. But this is the greatest nation ever created, and I would like to keep it that way. So under my watch, I want to make sure it stays that way. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I have three things. Concerts in the Park continue tomorrow night, July 21st. Performance by Mexa Cuba. So it's Mexican Cuban music. That sounds wonderful. We'll have music, food, and fun there. And we'll have one more after tomorrow night. The last concert will be on July 28th. And all that information is on the Wyoming Parks and Rec Facebook page. Cops and Cones continues. Join the Wyoming Police Department next week, Wednesday, July 29, for their last Cops. And when I hear last of the season, and next week Tuesday is our last concert, I start getting kind of, oh no, it's really that late already. Their last Cops and Cones of the season next week will be at Holiday Drive neighborhood. That's 44th and Barnes Center area, 4:30 to 6:30. And then a reminder that our Godwin Mercado Farmers Market season continues. That will continue for a while, yep. That's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at the Farmers Market there at the Godwin Mercado on 36th Street. And I don't think we have anything more tonight. And meeting's adjourned.